Hello, and welcome to episode 28 of Let's Talk Immigration. I'm your host, Curtis Morrison, and I don't have co-host or guests or anything. So what I would really like is great questions from you. So, I don't have viewers yet. Questions go into the Facebook or YouTube comment sections. That's where we get the questions. Or also Telegram. There's a Telegram group where there's questions. So I'll go ahead and give updates on existing cases, group cases, DV 2020, 2021. Good luck, Gomez. I don't have any updates on that. Still waiting on the outcome of the appeal. Nothing we can do until we have the outcome of the appeal. Okay. Asylum seekers versus Johnson. That's where we're suing over the data breach. I do have one update. Last night, I filed with the judge, with the court, what I obtained from another attorney. That is the heading for the 20 columns that were included in the data breach document. So basically, November 28th, 2022, an ICE employee uploaded to their public-facing website a spreadsheet that had the 20 columns of information, personal information about 6,200 asylum seekers. According to what ICE has told Congress, it was downloaded, I think, 18 times, but 12 of those times was downloaded within the Department of Homeland Security. So that means 6 of those times was downloaded outside of the Department of Homeland Security, probably by, cartels and foreign states that persecute asylum seekers. So we continue to fight that lawsuit. And now, as of last night, I gave the judge more information, something that the government should have done. Okay. They shouldn't be hiding the ball. In these 6,200 removal proceedings, they should have filed this with the court to let the court know these are the 20 columns of information. Instead, they withheld that information from a tribunal that's deciding issues relevant to that information. I am livid about the Department of Homeland Security and ICE's conduct with respect to this data breach, and I am very optimistic that we will prevail on the government's pending motion to dismiss. Not on all the causes of action, maybe not, but we will survive motion to dismiss. And we need to, because Department of Homeland Security and ICE, they're just rogue. I don't know. Okay, so I got that off my chest. Quick thing, if you are a non-immigrant visa resident of Florida and you want to sue Governor DeSantis for passing the property ban, scroll through my tweets. I shared a form that you can fill out because we're interested in maybe getting involved with that. You got to fight fascism wherever it pops up, even if it's in Florida. So we think what else is going on. Sonny Wilson Santos in the Eastern District of New York. I do not have an update on that case. Many family preference category applicants still waiting for interview letters. And the problem there, of course, is the visa backlog that is not a priority for the State Department. Instead, the priority for the State Department is visitor visas, What are you going to do? Just sue them over and over, which brings me to Naveed, because we've challenged that prioritization scheme, prioritizing non-immigrant visas in Sonny, Santos, and Wilson, but we've also challenged it in Naveed. Naveed versus Blinken is also in the District Court of Columbia, and we are just with Pakistani-American couples, and we're also waiting for the judge's In this case, we're waiting for the judge's order on the government's motion to dismiss. I'm forgetting a group case. No, I'm not. Okay. Or if I am, you will remind me in the questions, right? Pretty sure. Okay. Lots of development in immigration with respect to Title 42 and the border. Not my area of expertise. So I'm going to not talk about the things that I don't know what's going on as much. I will say that the borders are not open. No matter what Fox News says or some meme shared by your crazy uncle, the borders are not open. So do not fly to Mexico thinking that you could just walk across an open border, because that's not the situation. But if you are fleeing persecution and you're inside the United States, you can seek asylum. Or if you are fleeing persecution and you're outside the United States, but you present yourself at a port of entry, you can lawfully seek asylum. And that is legal immigration, no matter what they say on Fox News. Okay? I love having a channel on Wednesdays where I could just say what I want. This is great. Okay. I recommend it. Everybody should have a 1 hour a week where they get to say what they want. If y'all want to argue with me in the comments, that's fine. We'll argue. Okay. Let me switch gears. Go to questions. If you haven't asked your question yet, you can do that on YouTube, Facebook, or Telegram. Let's go to the first question. I think half of that's in French. How different associates, advocates, associate? Not sure I understand the question. Alex says save DV 2020. Probably doing more to do that than anyone else out there, except maybe a few attorneys. Okay, so, and a few judges and a few law clerks. A lot of people are invested in saving DV 2020. Alex, you don't need to remind me of that. Ferris says hi, Curtis. Hi, Ferris. Can't tell in that picture whether he's at an airport or an intersection. Let me see here. What about DV 2021? Your DV 2021 journey is over if you were not a good luck plaintiff or waiting for an interview at one of the embassies that were protected or cited by the Ray order by Judge Chutkan. If you're a good luck plaintiff and just saying, what about DV 2021? I have concerns about you, because you know that you are differently situated than most DV 2021s, that you are in a situation where your journey continues. So you should be asking about good luck, not DV 2021. Answer, though, if you were a good luck plaintiff, is we are waiting for the outcome of the appeal. Okay, Ferris says, I think good luck is the reason for the delay in showing a decision regarding the owners of DV 2020. I don't know. It's possible. The reason I don't think that's the case is they're in different parts of the process. The appeal for DV 2020 didn't come in 2020. Actually, the funny thing is Trump did appeal the first preliminary injunctive relief that Judge Mehta gave in 2020, and he dropped that appeal. Okay. The appeal that is before the Circuit Court of Appeals now is by the Biden administration that was filed in 2021. The good luck appeal was just filed just after that. So, I mean, because the good luck appeal is not on summary judgment. It's just on the preliminary injunctive relief. So I don't know if good luck is the reason, because the appeals were filed relatively close to the same time, if you look at the big picture of things. Actually, maybe, I don't know. Now I forget. They may have been filed at the same time, but they were, yeah, I think so. So I don't think one of them is slowing down the other. I don't think that's the situation, but it's an interesting thing to think about. Hello, save DV 2021. Good luck. Yes, I agree. DV 2021? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Temescan, if you're a DV 2021 selected, your journey is over unless you were a good luck plaintiff or You were waiting for an interview from one of the embassies that were protected by the Ray order from Judge Chutkan. Okay. Bayan was asking on YouTube, I think, what is the difference between an attorney and an associate attorney? Oh, there's no difference in the law. Both of them are attorneys that are licensed by the state. When you have a law firm, usually you have partners to the law firm, and then you have associate attorneys. And then sometimes you have senior attorneys. It's just a naming convention to let everybody know generally where that person is in the firm, right? So if you graduate from law school and you go to work for a law firm, you come on board as an associate. You don't come on board as a partner, right? You don't become a partner in the firm where you have ownership interest or otherwise other situation until you've been with the firm for a while, you've done some work. So there's no real big distinction there. Okay. Hi there. How's your day going? Good. Same question all the time. Can you, sir, update me about DV 2021? I'm a member of Good Luck. Hi, Abdel. I've given this answer 6 times now, but if you missed it, we are waiting for the outcome of the appeal. I have no other update. Marco, we are waiting for the outcome of the appeal. I have no other update. Greetings from Cameroon. Nice work. Thank you. I wish I knew how to say your name. Nidhi. Ask me a personal question or a question about politics or cars. I don't care. Just ask me questions. I want to answer questions. I don't want to have to think. Save DV 2020. Por favor. I'm trying, Lumi. We have to wait for the outcome of the appeal. Hope to celebrate victory soon. Bears, I hope to celebrate victory soon too. I think the decision of the appeal will be in August, so they issue the visas in the fiscal year 2024. Interesting. Okay. Oh, you don't have to say you're sorry for anything. You're fine. It's better to answer the same question over and over than not have any questions, and that's where I'm at right now. I don't have any questions. If I don't have any questions, I'm just going to ramble. Okay. Who's my favorite president? I think it's Abraham Lincoln. He was born in Kentucky, but raised in Indiana. And I also grew up on that Indiana-Kentucky border right there. He was taller than I am, for sure. And he was smarter than I am, for sure. But he was my favorite president. I want to keep rambling until somebody asks questions. So one of my favorite Abraham Lincoln stories is he's before this judge arguing over who owns the land on one side of the river or the other side of a river, talking about the Mississippi River. If I remember correctly, it's the water rights issue. And he argued one thing before the judge one year, and the next year he's got a different plaintiff on the other side of the river, but it's the same judge, and he's arguing the opposite. And the judge says, Mr. Lincoln, weren't you before my court arguing the exact opposite of what you are arguing right now? And Lincoln said, Your Honor, you're right. I was so wrong. Anyway, that's one of my favorite Lincoln stories. I'm going to answer this question, but I need more questions or I'm going to go to another Lincoln story. Okay, Malik says, Hi, Mr. Morrison. Is there a deadline for the outcome of the appeal? Good luck, plaintiff. Hi, Malik. There are no deadlines on federal court judges. Federal judges make their own schedule. They are in the best position to determine what work they prioritize and when they prioritize it. So no, there are no deadlines and there's no way to know when they will issue their opinion on the appeal. Okay. Another Lincoln story. When he got to Washington, D.C., everybody's trying to entertain him. So they're offering him drinks, and they're offering him even bourbon, and he's from Kentucky. So of course he should like bourbon. That's a kind of whiskey, if you didn't know. And he says, no, I can't drink because I feel like I'm already handicapped. And if I drink, it would be even worse. Mentally handicapped. Like he meant like he wasn't that smart. That isn't how he said it. Forget the exact quote, but he would tell people the reason he didn't drink is because it compromised his intelligence, and he couldn't afford that. Okay. Probably not true, because he's probably always the smartest man in the room. But there you go. That's your second Lincoln story for the day. Don't answer questions. I'm going to have to tell Truman stories or something. Okay. If you don't ask questions. Okay. I think in 2020, they learned all the American immigration laws and all U.S. laws. If we win the case, we will directly ask for citizenship because we become Americans prematurely. Well, Ferris, you can directly ask all you want. You are not becoming an American citizen until you have been in the U.S. for 5 years, or is it 3 years if you marry a U.S. citizen, or 2 years, I forget, or 1 year if you do military service. That's the law. There's no tricky way around that, okay? So if we prevail on the appeal and you're issued reserve visas and you come to the U.S., you get a green card, and then you can apply for citizenship when you're eligible to apply for citizenship. Deepak says, unless the Biden administration withdraws the appeal, there are not going to be a court decision in DV 2020-2021. Is it true? That is not true. We are waiting for the opinion, the outcome of the appeal. It would be nice if the Biden administration would withdraw the appeal, but the Biden administration has some powerful people in leadership, such as Secretary Blinken and Secretary Mayorkas, who are not a friend of immigrants. Okay. They are taking proactive steps. I could spend the rest of this hour talking about all the things that they are doing to throttle legal immigration to this country. So at the same time, Republicans are worse. So here's what you get to choose in America as far as politics. You can get bad or you can get worse. Okay. We can't have nice things. This isn't Iceland. I don't know anything about Iceland politics, but can't be worse. Okay. De Nouvelles de DV 2020. I think that's news, DV 2020. No, I don't have news. No nouvelles. Je regrette. Okay, one thing, I'll go to the visa bulletin, but I need more questions or we're going to end early. Who's here? We have a new visa bulletin, okay? Visa bulletin May, visa bulletin June. June, visa bulletin. I'm not going to talk about employment because that's not the space that I work primarily, but like family-based. F2A, remember it retrogressed. F2A is still not current. So if you are a green card holder who has petitioned for your spouse and you're like, oh, the USCIS petition is taking so long. Well, maybe that's not a problem because your spouse may not be eligible for a visa yet anyway. The ones that they're issuing right now are for priority dates. That's when the petition was submitted to USCIS, September 8th of 2020. So if you submit it after that, there's no visa for your spouse right now anyway. You have to wait. F2B, that's adult children of green card holders, same situation, except the priority date is much further in the past. So or the cutoff date is much further in the past. So it's a difficult time for family immigration. Okay. Basically, all family preference categories have not moved or barely moved in several months because of Blinken's priority is tourists and students. Okay. You want to blame somebody, blame him. If you know anybody in the White House press corps, in the State Department press corps who would ask the State Department about that, that would be great. Good luck. Okay. Employment based, other people do this. I don't. So, DV. I do DVs. Where's DVs? There's DVs. So, diversity visa category for the month of June. We can go ahead and look for the month of July now. And what we see for the month of July is all petitions. Africa petitions, the case number is up to 63,500. Case number ranks up to 63,500 are now current in the visa bulletin, with the exception of Algeria, Egypt, and Morocco, which are a little lower. Asia, 21,000, with the exception of Iran, Nepal. Iran cutoff seems cruel. Okay. Europe, 32,000, with the exception of Russia and Uzbekistan. North America is current. I think there's like 20 North America. Well, it might be here. 15. There's not too many people in North America who want a DV to the U.S. So, well, actually, that are eligible too. Oceania, 1,650, and South America and the Caribbean, 2,900. Okay, so I did the visa bulletin section. James showed up to say good evening. Good evening, James. You're late, but it's okay. And I'm going to end early. Okay, I don't have any questions. Y'all must have other things to do right now, which is great. I'm happy for you. Let's meet up next week for episode 29. In the meantime, if you have any questions for me, you can always reach me on WhatsApp, Telegram, email. Those are my 3 ways that I prefer to communicate: WhatsApp, Telegram, email. Have a good week. Bye.